Hello, welcome back. We're going to be wrapping up the last few steps of our character and crew creation here. Actually, I'll take us to the Roll20 stuff. So basically, we're just doing promises. That's the last thing we need.
I've already got one.
Yeah, and Ash, do you want to just reiterate? It was...
So my promise to Case is I will be the better man, which is so fucked up.
Really fine.
Great. Do you have a second promise? Or no,
Know.
I'm
Yeah.
cutting in because we were going to talk about Case's relationships to the other characters because that was going to be really helpful.
Yeah, that's right.
My relationships are really important.
It's true.
I guess I have a secretive promise.
Ooh.
I feel like
Is it about your forbidden lover?
that's so complicated.
Well, I mean, that's why the promise is secretive, because it concerns your forbidden lover.
It seems like I should assign one of you as my forbidden lover and one of you as my best friend, and that I would make a secretive promise to a forbidden lover or a best friend, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are you feeling?
Well, I don't know. I feel,
How about everyone make a pitch as to why they are lovable in a forbidden way?
I mean, I was going to say, I meant to mention earlier when you were describing your character's fashion sense, I think my character is quite taken by your ability to wear clothes that aren't like my character is like, I can't wear anything, it'll backfire somehow. And then you're out there just doing it.
yeah.
I think that's definitely, that doesn't have to result in friendship or loverness. I want to say that my character probably envies that and admires it. So,
Yes. Which, yeah, I was actually thinking of that angle too. It might be cool. It might be cool to share secrets with you, I feel like, because you're like a very secretive character. You like know all these cult secrets, kind of. So maybe we're best friends.
okay.
I want to do
And
fucked up romance with you.
okay.
That was where my mind went immediately.
Good
It's
pitch.
just like
Solid pitch.
the worst possible choice here
So,
would be the
like,
person who
yeah.
deeply resents you.
We're not playing Monster Hearts, everyone. Pull back.
Well,
I
No,
mean, aren't we though?
We're not trying to make necessarily the worst possible scenario.
and the question I will
'Cause-
ask with relation to the forbidden lover thing is which half of your identity is it Case or love that the like love connection exists on, which like
I mean, it's a love connection, Andrew, so like...
I was
I
desperately
think
trying to
That
avoid
does
that
not
joke.
follow.
I think that if what is your character's name? If I think it should be Viola / Love who are having forbidden love.
Yes, that makes it
That's
feel the
amazing.
most forbidden.
That's the most forbidden because Viola's almost forbidden from existing to a certain degree, right?
Yeah,
Forbiddenness
exactly.
intensifies.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Caesar barely like is struggling to come to grips with the existence of this thing, and then
It's horrible. I love it.
yeah.
So Case will make an intimate promise then to Viola. Or Love will make an intimate promise to Viola that I don't know what that is. That they I don't know, they'll carry them in their heart.
Like, is it something to do with with the thing of like being vulnerable and being intimate is about like exposing yourself and like and being accepted. And I'm wondering if there's a thing about like Viola like almost needing something like that in order to like
Right, that like
I was going to say something
acceptance.
like, I promise to see you as you really are. Something that speaks to the
Oh.
Viola being a hidden.
Or like, if we want to get complicated,
Uh-oh.
Love makes a promise to Viola about Caesar.
No, that's too much for me.
Alright.
So I think
But
sorry, go ahead,
I
Kira.
actually have a really quick, I think I know what the promise could be. It could be I promise to accept you whoever you are.
Right, yeah, that like that acceptance is what
I
is
love it.
impossible for Caesar and what Viola really wants. Yeah, it feels very true to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Love it.
So I accept you, and to my best friend, secretive promise. Gosh, can I like reveal who I actually am to? Is that like a secret I could share as the enigma?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah. So you know who I actually am.
Ooh,
Love
okay.
that. I love
Yeah,
that.
my clarifying question was going to be, we're friends in real life, right? But now
Like
I guess.
mundane friends.
Yeah,
First,
also-
and then now you know about that connection.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I suppose
I think it's a little bit more of a burden to you because
Yeah, we'll have to pretend to everyone else that I don't know who this person is.
yeah, you have to kind of lie for me, and but you also can comfort me, I think.
yeah. My question is where in that the promise is?
Hmm.
So
Is that nothing in that is a promise you have made
I
that
see what you mean.
points at Case?
Just
So
true. Just be a
so-
detail.
I promise to like always tell you the truth.
Right, and so as part
That's
of
good.
that, your identity has
You
been
you have
exposed.
told the big truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, no, I like that.
now,
That's
right?
good.
And it's hard to tell the truth, so that's a good conflict.
Yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
always tension there.
Especially for this playbook. Like you thrive on secretive,
Yeah.
melodramatic nonsense, and you're like, no, but I have to be truthful all the time in Case. I
Okay,
can't
then.
just like out of there and like mysteriously leave things hanging. I have to be open. Ah,
Yeah, Kira, I think those are great promises.
yeah.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have promises that are on their mind?
I'm trying to work out what what my second one is. I'm trying to work out who feels who I need to like bring in with my other promise, whether it's heart or
And
whether
what's the prompt for it, Ash?
it's a promise to exceed. So I have an idea of like what that might look like for Daniel's character, who I've forgotten the name of.
Char.
Yeah, Char.
For Charmander.
Yeah, so if it were pointed at Char, it would be like, I will be like more than the cult, right? Like I will be almost overpowering the influence, like
Right, about like filling the gap, like
Yeah.
in her life that
I will
was
take
left.
their place for you or something. Or
Yeah,
promise
something
to.
like that. But at
Hmm.
the same time, like it depends on how we've got things linked around. I want to make sure that we're not like that we're linking everyone in evenly. Is there already one between Char and Case?
Yes.
Then I want to point it at Luke.
Case has one pointed at Char at the moment.
I want to point one at Luke's character then.
And sorry, can you remind me what your character's name was, Luke?
Hot.
Heart, right. So-
Because I'm the unlikely hero. It's a
Yeah.
pun, Andrew.
Okay, yeah, okay, great.
How could you forget?
I know it's a pun. I put it in the game.
I made a pun just
I
for
made the
you.
name list. I know.
I know, Andrew. I love this. I named the character this before I looked at the name list.
It's like, oh, it is
I
there.
remembered Andy's character in the between. I was like, shit, that'd be a really good name for my Moonlight character. And I wrote it down, and then I looked at the name list. I was like, oh fuck, I'm good at this.
So yeah, Hart, you've got no, because again, there's that thing of like I think Caesar wants to be like an example of like, I think from their perspective, the only example of positive masculinity.
Yeah. I
Right.
will be a more nurturing man than you, which, like, when you're aiming it at the
Yo.
unlikely hero, is very difficult.
Okay, so to my mind, the one that follows most directly from what we have established with relation to Hart is that Hart has an absentee father.
Yeah, I'll be a better
Wow.
father. I'll be a better
Yeah,
father and a
like
better.
I will replace your dad. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, cool. It's done. It's fucked up and done.
Well, you could be like, yeah, I promise to be your family.
Yeah.
No, well, it's got to be exceed. So
Oh.
yeah,
I will be I will be a better family than the one you had.
Because the outsider is super extra and can only relate to people by this like competition metaphor, basically.
Yeah.
So,
So there is. I had another thought, but that is good, and I'm happy to go with that.
my character thinks that they're going to be a better dad for Hart than Case is.
Which I love this because like. At least I feel like Hart is probably the oldest character in the group.
But
hero competition over here.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're like, no, I have to dad this cool 17-year-old.
Yeah.
The other option is I promise to be a better father to the group than.
Well, so there is another. I had another thought, Ash, which is that like
you want to be the leader, right?
I feel like Hart is super relationship anarchist in that they're like. He's like very like non-hierarchical in his relationships, and so like a promise to exceed could be like I will get the most attention. I will be the closest to Hart, and wanting to like pull against that and be like no, I will be the best friend. And Hart's like I don't really believe in like hierarchy. I will be the best friend.
Yeah,
I feel like that could also be interesting.
I think I'm going to stick with what I've got.
All right, cool.
Because that
Cool.
feels closer to like where I'm at with the confusion that is my character.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. Character's a real mess.
Yeah, they are.
So Daniel or Luke, do y'all have any? And sorry,
Yeah.
to look at the promise map, we have promises pointed at Daniel's character and at Ash's character, and now one pointed at Luke's character. There's nothing connecting Luke and Daniel's characters, nor is there anything connecting Kira and Luke's character or...
What's my second promise? I have a promise of martyrdom and a promise of protection, I think. So
I believe it's promise of protection, yeah.
those seem real similar.
That really is a matter of your perspective, Daniel. This is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
I feel like there can be some significant difference between those.
I have a promise directed towards Hart, which is, I promise you won't end up like me.
Ooh.
Which I don't know which one that is.
Here's the question: yeah, is that a promise
That's
of
my
martyrdom in
trouble.
that the implicit clause is like, even if I have to sacrifice myself to make sure that happens, or is it just no, I'll protect you? Like, which one
I
is
think
it?
it sounds more like protection to me.
All right, cool.
Um,
I know I have a promise, and I know what the promise is. I don't know who I'm making it to. So I'm gonna say what the promise is, and then Apocalypse Sword style, anyone who wants that promise to be made to them, just like put your hand up.
Make yourself known.
So my options are a naive promise and an impossible promise. And my naive promise is I promise I will do no harm.
But to a person?
To just in general, like I promise I will be a good person and not hurt
Can we
other
do
people.
that? 'Cause-
And I have like made that commitment to another character. Like
Okay,
I've said,
there we go. Yeah, that's
that is
the
a thing. That is a thing that I'm gonna do.
So you have
Who
promised
did I make
to
that-
someone.
That I will be a good person and not hurt.
My promise is also that one. I was going to make it generally, but I decided to focus on someone just because.
Well, promises have to be specific.
Yeah.
So is there anyone who would want that or encourage
who
that
would be like, yes,
promise?
you should not hurt people. That is a
Actually,
good thing.
Luke, if you point that at me, that creates that weird thing that we're trying, like that.
That
ties-
we're about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
it's
Yeah.
real
So
weird.
yeah, I have promised.
Very uncomfortable. I love
I
that.
have promised Caesar that I will do no harm. It's also hilarious because of your character's name.
Yeah.
I have promised Caesar that lo, I will do no harm. Caesar, that I will do no harm. This is the promise that my character is going to like move beyond when they become a cool, transcendent person. Well, they'll be like, actually, hurting people can be justified.
Wow, okay.
Don't just like try to find out. Don't just do it.
Yeah, you don't know.
Can someone give some examples of a promise of martyrdom? What that would look like? I know what martyrdom looks like. I know how you martyr yourself for a promise, but promising to martyr yourself is what does that look like?
I will always put myself between Caesar and danger.
I feel like,
Like, for example.
for me, martyrdom is like a way you go about fulfilling your promises. So I'm struggling. Okay.
Thinking of like a passive aggressive martyrdom, like.
It could also be about not letting someone else martyr themselves.
Yeah, I'll martyr myself first.
Well, yeah. I mean, the obvious promise, like I promise to die first, which is
Like, I will die for blank if necessary.
That's a good one. And so you already have
like a
promise. I think the best promise, which may not be in my category, but the obvious promise is I promise. What's our name? What's his name again? Crap.
What's up?
Are you
I
talking
promise
about?
Case never to tell.
Yeah, that
I
to me is a promise of martyrdom.
I will keep Case's secrets even if it costs me like my friendships.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like that to me feels like you're just you're taking this thing on and it is difficult and hurtful and you're doing it in like a solitary way.
Okay.
Yeah, to me that feels super
It also seems like it's going to be deeply inconvenient at some point, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the subtext is like a self-sacrificial promise.
Yeah. Maybe
It's
it should get rewritten to be that. But anyhow, that seems totally great, Daniel.
Okay.
As a promise. Yeah.
So I could re-clarify the one about heart as being more martyrdom, and that could just be I will protect your secret for Case.
Yeah, that would
probably works better.
Yeah, whichever way you want to contextualize it.
I like that. I think I like the promise. I promise to protect your secret identity, basically, because then it might involve me actually doing other things, foolish, dysfunctional things to
like more proactively.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense.
Okay.
Luke, what is your other one?
Yeah, an impossible promise.
You should make that to me because we don't have a connection yet.
I should make an impossible promise to you. What should it? What kind of promise should that be?
That
fuck! Okay. No. I've got it. Because like you're like of all of us without obligation detail, you're the one who's like literally actually just the thing that we talked about, where like you crawl down ducts and it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
And my part of the obligation thing is that like I am the one who like repairs the machinery and is like in the intercom being like, okay, like don't touch that thing, that's a live wire. It's like I promise I will keep Case safe from harm. Because that's not possible. Like I can't do that. You can't promise someone you'll protect them from all harm.
And especially not when they are engaged in
dangerous
heroism.
When they're engaged in heroism and / or dirty, grueling work. Like it's just not a thing that you can realistically promise to someone.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, no, I'll protect you. I'll keep you safe.
That makes a lot of sense. And I also imagine like a lot of my actions are like not understandable to you because I'm such an enigma.
Well, and like this really awful thing happens where you become your transcendent self. You go off and do dangerous things, you get hurt, and then your mundane self has bruises the next day. And I'm like, I'm failing in my promise. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Because I can't, it's impossible because I don't know that the stranger who helps us and always leaps into danger is also you. And so I can't keep you safe.
It's actually really sad.
I will keep Case safe from all harm.
Great.
I mean, the only game Kira and I have played together before this was Troll Babes, and Troll Babes it's very hard to make Troll Babes sad.
But
so I just made it spooky instead.
Your level best. Okay. So, we've all got promises. I think that's the last step. So we've all got Girl by Moonlight characters now.
Yay!
We did it. We made it.
We did it!
We have
It only
our
took us
whole...
2 sessions.
We also built a second.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We have a lot. This is like a more fleshed out and rich starting point than, like it was productive.
And I feel like this playbook kind of requires it in a lot of ways.
Because I haven't played it, I have not been able to be like, what's a better way to get people to these conclusions that I need them to get to?
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, I'm feeling that a little bit, and it's been very helpful in that way as well. So let's, rather than do like a very short amount of play, let's save that for next session.
Mm-hmm.
Should we think about things like Is this a game where we need to think about things like scenes we want to do, or is it just going to be a mission or something that you're going to come up with?
So what next time looks like is we'll start with obligation. So we'll go around and everyone will get to
Describe
about-
a sad thing.
describe what their kind of obligation stuff is looking like this time around, and we'll roll some dice, and that'll give us a starting point. And then we do downtime, where you'll all get to pick downtime activities to pursue. So that's more like player driven in that way. And then we'll go on do a mission, which y'all pick what the mission is, and then this is where I do a lot more presenting adversity and that kind of stuff. So that's the cycle of play. So we'll go obligation, downtime, and then a mission, depending on how much we can get through and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Also, I never said what I chose for my abilities for my character, but I have finally chosen them.
Oh, great! I would love to hear that before we wrap.
Yeah. I'm going to be watchful, which is when I protect an ally, I get a bonus to my resistance roll, and when I gather information to anticipate possible threats, I get +1 effect.
Cool.
And then my transcendent ability is How Dare You. When I strike back against someone who has harmed one of my friends, I gain +1 effect.
I feel like
Nice.
that ties very nicely to
Not
your
really about
mission.
protect. I don't protect people exactly. It's
Like retaliatory
You protect them
violence is a
proactively.
certain kind of. No, it's the opposite of proactively in a way, because
Yeah.
it's like they have to get hurt first. But anyways, I feel like that ties nicely to what you were describing earlier about like being clothed in a voice, and how a voice can be like a soft flowy thing or a hard thing. There's that like change in tenor that would happen in reaction to
And yeah, for the name of my avatar, I'm probably gonna. I want to pick a Japanese word for voice, and I'm like, I don't speak Japanese, and there's many different words it could be. So I'll think about it, but I'll come back.
voice is a perfectly good stand-in.
I can
as
also
well.
just be voice.
Well, great. I guess we'll wrap here. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you to my lovely cast for playing with me.
Yeah, thanks everyone for playing.
We'll be back.
It's been a pleasure. I'm really excited to actually play this game.
Yeah, we've been playing it. We've just been playing a certain part of it.
I love character creation. It's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to
So much
spend a
fun.
bunch of time in this because it was just such
Yeah,
a good
I'm really,
conversation.
Yeah, we've built we've really fleshed it out in a really nice way. So
Which is great and helpful for me. So we're not going to be playing next week. So keep an eye on my Twitter, and I'll blab about when the next one of these is going to happen, but it'll be a little ways out.
And what is your Twitter, Andrew?
My Twitter is @commutingcrow at twitter.com, twitter.com/@commutingcrow or something. I don't know how Twitter works.
Wait, are we not playing next week or the week after?
We'll figure out scheduling stuff offline. Don't worry about it.
We'll tweet it out at you, audience. You don't have to sit through it.
Yeah, does anyone want to do a quick shout out at the end?
Yeah, I have a shout out for a thing.
Cool.
So a couple of days ago, the podcast, the actual play podcast that Andrew and I are on, launched. It is very good. We play Monster Hearts. It is very intimate and messy and fucked up. If you are into Monster Hearts and or intimate queer storytelling that's kind of tragic, you should check it out. You can find us on Twitter @feelingsfirst_, and from there you can get to iTunes and SoundCloud and all those places.
And Kira, will we be able to watch the actual play game of Sync in a place soon? Because I missed the live show, but I would love to watch it.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be on YouTube, but I don't know where.
Okay, that'll be on the actual play YouTube probably. Okay.
Yes, that is a good guess. So there's probably an actual play channel on YouTube where you can find it, or you can look at my Twitter and I will probably post it there.
Cool.
Things you could find it. Thank you for prompting that.
Oh yeah, and I can go to the Faces part where it shows. I'm doing production.
Yay!
Magic.
Also, I have a hashtag going on for the month of April, which is kind of cool. It April TTRPG Maker. And basically, if you are a game designer, hacker, maker, mostly tabletop games, but there's a few LARPers who are getting in on it too, you can
Sweet.
answer questions throughout the whole month. So that's kind of fun. I'm meeting a lot of it's creating a community on Twitter of people that I didn't know before who are making games. So that's pretty cool. And it's a lot of ladies, queers, people of color, people of different abilities. So it's cool to see that kind of diversity.
You've just reminded me, Kira, to do my answer for today. Thank you.
I'm
Sorry.
a day behind, so I gotta get done.
That's
I'm
okay.
behind
Nope.
because I need to
No
clean my
pressure.
desk before I like post a.
Yeah, you gotta clean that studio.
I
Post it
just
public.
I just cheated because I was having a work meeting in my boss's really nice garden, and so I was just like, this is one of my workplaces. Super aesthetic autumn garden in Australia.
Aw.
Okay, well, we'll see y'all the next time this happens. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait.
Can I do like one last one?
Yeah, sure, Ash.
In 9 hours, 8.5 hours, my channel, CJack, will be Luke and I will be playing Between Dreams, which is a magical realist-ish game about reclaiming intimacy in the haunted every day. So make sure you tune in for that.
It's gonna be real good.
What's that called again?
Between Dreams is the game, but you can come and check it out on my channel, which is ACEGIAK, which is the same thing I use for like Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr,
All the places.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds rad.
Bye, everyone.